Good afternoon, everybody. You already know who it is. Targeted individual, CJBK. I'm just extra tired today because well, I didn't get too much sleep last night. I always gotta wake up at 2:30 in the morning just to be working by 4:30, and you know, like I said, I still feel pretty blessed. Because there's some TIs out there that don't that's not working because of various reasons. Um, but yeah, so couple of things, mostly notes that I want to get out there. Um, yeah, I need to either get my hair retwisted or possibly just go ahead and get it dreaded or something. But anyway, so August 7th at it's in Central Park. I believe it's West 96th Street from 11:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. There's going to be a targeted individuals walk, a targeted individuals awareness walk here in New York City. And if you're watching this and you think you can get there, or somebody who's in the city that's a TI and they can go there and help spread the awareness of this, because here's the one thing I've already kind of figured it out, right? There is more people going with the program than there are. Well, obviously, there's more people going with the program than there are actually people who just don't know about it at all. And then on top of that, like I said, I'm an open book. I don't have any secrets to hide. People who have secrets to hide basically spend their lives walking on eggshells and, kind of almost like living in a sense where they basically feel like they can't do certain things or move in certain ways because they got so much stuff to hide. Yeah, and anybody who's ever known me, they already know. All they gotta do is ask me, and I would tell them whatever they want to know. Because honestly, one of the strongest things a person can do is basically not have so much held back about themselves from other people, because you need to be exactly who you are supposed to be. You need to be able to just be able to live as freely as you possibly can. Because if you don't do that, then you'll basically be living your life almost contained and shelled and right? Like I tell you, I deal with this harassment stuff every single day. And plus, I'm making deliveries and stuff. So, in New York City of all places. So you already know, I see gang stalkers just about every 5 steps that I take. Especially since I'm in the city. Since I'm in the city, I basically can see that it's like probably 5.5 or 6 out of every 10 people is probably part of the gang stalking. And they always have this weird thing that they do, right? When they walk by, they kind of, as they're looking straight ahead. Like if let's say they're like a good 5-10 yards away from you, right? They would be walking straight up, right? They'll be walking straight up, head down, probably looking at their phones, or head straight forward. And then all of a sudden, they'll turn and look at you like this, and then keep moving. What I've learned is that through this biohacking, and the basically the way they use the technology to gain access to your central nervous system and your optic nerves, basically, I kind of figured what they're doing is they would have these, I guess you could call them human proxies. They would have them walk in the street, and then all they have to do is look at you, and someone who's like a handler is taking a picture through their eyes taking a picture of you, or better yet, as the person looks at you, they kind of have a mental, like a mental picture of what you look like. And then someone who's a handler will extract that information, that data, because anything that you see is actually saved or maintained in the brain as a frequency, like a neurological data frequency. Then someone would actually extract that image of you, and then what they'll do is probably send it to fusion centers where they'll try to create a video or an image of you that looks like you using a compilation of different images, and then basically make a video of you doing something that you never did, just so that they can use it against you in the court systems and say, yeah, this was him doing so and so. Because I already know my handlers, they basically they are pissed. Like right now, he's like I wish I had a spectrum analyzer so you can hear how angry he is right now. And he's like literally yelling at the top of his lungs right now. And I kid you not, like, and I say this so often that like I don't want to say it, but I'm saying this so often that it's irritating me to keep saying it, because there's so many people that keeps following along with this stuff. I never really do I never do anything to anybody for me to deserve this kind of harassment or anything. But as most other targeted individuals, none of them do. None of them do. Most of the time, from what I've gathered, is many of them are being targeted because they were doing the right thing. So here's my thing, right? I'm gonna say this again for all the people in the back. If a group of people walked up to you, or let's say you're a business owner, right? If a group of people walked in your business and said, you're going to give us a percentage of everything that you earn in this store, and if you don't, we're gonna beat you up, or we're gonna harass you, we're gonna do something to your family, or let's make it even better. Let's say a group of people walk up to you and say, we want you to we want you to become let's say a construction worker or something. And if you don't, we're gonna harass you. We're gonna disclose all your secrets. We're gonna do all these different things to you, right? And you yourself, you like, I never wanted to be no construction worker. Why would I want to become a construction worker? No, fuck you. Sorry. I'm trying not to curse on the videos, really. I'm trying my best not to. And then they go, okay, so you know what? We're going to basically spread lies about you. We're going to radiate you wherever you go, especially in your apartment, in your home, whatever. We're going to turn your family against you. We're going to turn your friends against you. We're going to make sure anybody who you come in contact with is going to not want to be around you, because for one, you're not following instructions. And then if you tell anybody about what's happening, then we're going to call you a snitch. And then you'll also be known as a snitch to everybody. And then nobody's going to trust you. And I'm just like, so this is crazy. So I'm being basically persecuted for doing what I want to do. If I said I don't want to become a police officer, right? If I say that I don't want to become a police officer, then I believe God gave me the right to not want to do something because someone is telling me that they want me to do something, or a group of people is telling me they want me to do something. And the funny thing is, I ain't like I don't have anything against the police. Like I already know it's just like any job. There's good people, then you have bad people. Not every cop is a bad person. Matter of fact, I know a cool ass. I know at least 3 cool people that I went to school with, or or somebody who I went to school with who's a family relative that I know, who became cops, and they cool, but they chose to become cops. They wanted to become cops. I find that like extremely dangerous that people are willing to torture, kill, or find a way to falsely imprison you because you won't become, or you won't take on a job that you don't actually want to do. And then on top of that, they got all these people hung up on a string. Like it's almost like they got everyone's emotions, I don't know what they got on these people. Well, actually, I do know they have their data. They have their data. Cause I'm like, I can't understand how people are completely satisfied and okay with the fact that there are people who have technology that's going around extracting neural data from their minds and just basically using it against people, extorting them, because they don't want to fall in line with everybody else. And I said, you know what, if they're gonna hide and I can't really defend myself, then I'm like, okay, so then I'm gonna just go ahead and realize I'm gonna have to leave this up to God, because if they're gonna hide, then I can't go on the offensive, and you know what? God probably wouldn't want me to go on the offensive, because then I would be just like them. I would be just like them. And you see that? You see where I'm sitting, right? I'm in my living room. That was my toilet, right? That was my toilet. And they have the whole electrical, circuitry of my building on lock. Actually, I think they can do that in just about any building. I think they can do that almost anywhere, where they can basically make the pump in the back of the toilet. They can make it like, I guess, I don't know. I think what they're doing is pressurizing it or something. I forgot, because I remember at one point, they basically had like pressurized my toilet so much that eventually it popped off and it almost flooded my apartment. And and the crazy thing is, I'm like, why would you try to flood my apartment knowing there's a daycare center downstairs with people's children? There's people's children downstairs, like right below me. Why would you try to flood my apartment knowing that if something terribly goes wrong, there's people's children downstairs? So, and you know what? Everyone is looking at me like I'm the snitch. Oh, he's telling everybody about, about the secrets. He's telling everybody about, all the stuff that we got going on and stuff. And I'm like, first of all, I never wanted to know anything about any of this going on. I never wanted to be a part of it. I never asked. They just put all this on me and then expect me to just go along with it. And I'm like, no. If you don't stand up against something, then you'll fall for anything. And now at this point, what they keep trying to tell me through, the transmitted frequencies, aka, voice to skull or synthetic telepathy, is that your life is over. Your life is over. Your life is over. not like in a robotic sense, but they'll say it, every once in a while that, you don't even realize your life is over. So whatever that they got planned, I'm just like, look, God said, don't worry about what they're doing. You keep your mind and your spirit and your heart focused on me. Don't worry, I got you. And then even if trials and tribulations do come your way, remember, keep your mind, spirit, and heart focused on me. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna allow them to put fear in my heart. I'm not gonna be controlled. No, I'm not gonna be controlled. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm not gonna be controlled. So yeah. The targeted individuals walk August 7th. Meetup is what's that, West? I think it's West 96 and Central Park West, I guess. But yeah, there's a flyer going around. I posted on several targeted individual groups on Facebook. And then there's also, I have it on my own Facebook page. You can look me up. I'm gonna say my name, Christopher B. James. Let me see. Then what else? Yeah, the what is it? The frequencies for which they're using to attack my central nervous system. It can get overwhelming sometimes, but I'm like, you know what? I take it on the chin. Why? Because I'm a master at protecting my peace. I will not give them the satisfaction of a reaction so that they can be able to have some easy way to see if they can get cops to try to lock me up or whatever. What else? Then among other things, I'm just not with it. I'm just not with all this. And as much as it really hurts me, like honestly, it mostly hurts me because no one has ever called me a snitch before. No one has ever called me. It wasn't until I moved here in this building and I just keep remembering all the people before I moved here in September 2019. I just keep remembering all the people saying, why are you moving up there? Don't move up there. And I just keep thinking about it, and I'm just like, damn, I just wonder if it would be different if I didn't move up here. And it's crazy because I'm like, for as long as I can remember, growing up in New York, for the most part, I've always generally had people that like me. I take it whatever people do by face value. I've always been generally liked by people, and most people always felt very open to speak to me about anything, talk to me about anything, and I give them my honest opinion. I would motivate them, tell them something that'll make them feel good about themselves, or help them get their mind off negative things and stuff like that. And I'm just like, so now it got to a point now where now it seems like just about a majority of people have basically, how is it? It's in the Book of Psalms. I don't remember which one, but it goes, I am forgotten like a something broken vessel. I am a broken vessel. I am forgotten. Something like that. And it just makes me, it's kind of sad when I think about it, because I'm just like, yo, what happened to all the people that used to be real cool with me? And then now it's like, oh, because it's a, secret society or whatever, all of a sudden now it's like, oh, Chris is a snitch now, so we can't really we can't really mess with him like we used to no more, because now he telling everybody about the secret, technology and stuff like that. And I'm just like, look, if you were in my shoes and someone was trying to force you to do something that you don't want to do, and then because you actually said no, you don't want to do it, and they said, okay, well, we're just going to torture you until you do it, I would like to see what your reactions are, because you can't, they're not going to make themselves obvious. They're not going to make themselves obvious, because the whole tactic is to make you look obviously the whole tactic is to make you obviously look irrational and basically, mentally unstable. And you can tell just by the way I'm speaking that I'm actually very coherent. I'm actually speaking rather intelligently. So and then they're like, oh, he a professional about his snitching. And I'm like, I hate saying this, because I hear their voices and I know they black. But I'm like, no, I ain't gonna say it. But I'm just like, dude, I ain't never been a snitch a day in my life. And then now all of a sudden, when I'm trying to defend myself from someone who's trying to force me to do something that they want me to, that they need me to do, because they probably want to use me as some type of proxy cop, so then they would have an inside guy to spy on other cops or something like that. I don't know. All of a sudden now I'm a snitch because I don't want to become a cop because someone is forcing me to do something I don't want to do. I don't know. But yeah, so that's pretty much it for the most part. There was some other things, but yeah. Yeah, I'll leave it at that for now. I'm tired. I've been working since like I said, 4:30 in the morning, all the way up till about 3 o'clock. Walking around this city, doing my essential worker duties. Making sure people get their necessities, their groceries and whatnot. Yeah. So, all right, my empowered individuals, y'all stay blessed. And remember, if I'm out here taking it on the chin, facing my harassment head on, and I'm still out here living my life, trust me, I still go to restaurants. I still go out, to bars. I still try to hang out and whatnot. I still try to have a social life, whatever. I don't care what they doing. I really don't. As long as I still have a breath in my body, because even if I get locked up, I'm gonna find some way to work that too. If they find a way to lock me up, I kid you not, by the grace of God, I will find some way to make that work too. Because that's just the person who I am. I know it could. I know, life in itself can get real, dangerous and stuff like that. But I'm like, look, I'm not gonna let nobody control me. I don't care how many people it is. I don't care how much technology they have. I don't care how powerful they are. Ain't nobody gonna control me other than me and God. Or maybe my mother, but I love my mother. And I already know they probably trying to radiate my entire family. They, because they trying to do all kinds of things. They know about my sister. They know about my cousins. They know about everything. So I mean, and it's really sad because yeah, it's actually kind of sad because I know some parts of my family are I this actually kind of would have never crossed my mind until certain things happen. But I'm just like, yo, even they're a part of it too. And I was just like, people that know me my entire life, and that blows my mind. But whatever. Deepfake Video Rob just said, don't be surprised when your family and friends turn flip on you, because this is a big money business. This is big money business. People getting paid, people getting all kinds of like benefits, you know, people getting jobs, people getting all kinds of things just so that they can, you know, all they gotta do is harass somebody. All they gotta do is drive them crazy. And they get all these benefits. Adult men and women, children, elderly. I mean, shoot, like right now, I'm in a group now with, you know, several, you know, black women who are, you know, telling the stories about how their children are basically being manipulated and even possibly slowly killed because they're targeted individuals too. And I'm just like, Lord, this is something. But I'm just like, you know what? There is a plague going on right now, so I'm gonna just keep my prayers going. I'm gonna keep my prayers up, and I'm just gonna keep on hoping that God keep me close. You know, whether I'm dead or alive, I just want to make sure. I just want to hope God keep me close. That's it. Dead or alive, I hope God keep me close. So, yeah. All right. I'm about to go and take me a shower and get me something to eat. So, yeah. Remember what I always say: take life one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. Peace.